mean, would you rather give up coffee or give up wine?
That was my first would you rather.
You're kidding.
Dead serious, but instead of like just specifically wine, I said drinking in general.
Oh.
That's so funny. Okay, I'll answer and then you can answer.
Okay.
I would have to say I would rather give up. Oh, I love wine, but I think I would rather give up wine just because I enjoy my coffee time so much.
Wow.
I know, that's hard for me to say.
I would give up coffee for sure.
I figured you would. Other than
Yeah,
you work in a coffee shop and that'd be hard.
that would be hard, but I could get a new job at a bar.
Yeah, there you go. That's so funny. Okay. Would you rather live in Alaska for a year or Hong Kong?
Oh my gosh, I literally have one about living in Alaska.
What the heck?
I would rather live in Alaska. I think I'm scared of Hong Kong.
Really?
I don't like Alaska, but I don't know what Hong Kong's like. It's just a little more unknown.
Isn't that the fun part?
Yeah, it just seems
I
scary.
think the food would be
Like,
the
it's so
scariest
big.
part. Yeah.
That's true. I said, would you rather live in Alaska or date your ex?
Well, Alaska, here I come.
Seems like Alaska's where we're supposed to be right now.
Yeah, what's in Alaska that we're missing?
I think I was just thinking of Alaska because I watched The Proposal recently.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know why I was thinking about Alaska. I just figured that like nobody would want to live there.
That's what I was thinking.
And kind of like same with Hong Kong, but
I don't want to live in Hong Kong.
if that's where like the crazy rich Asians are, then I will go.
I will too, in a heartbeat. But only if one falls in love with me and proposes.
For real. Okay. Would you rather, oh, this one makes me cringe. Would you rather buy all used underwear or all used toothbrushes?
That's really a difficult thing to answer. I think I'm going to go with underwear.
Ew, really?
Yeah, because you can wash it easier. I mean, you can wash a toothbrush, but still.
Pour like lots of alcohol on the toothbrush. I don't know. Ugh.
I'd go with underwear.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah, that's grody.
Hopefully the stains come out of whatever underwear you're buying.
Well, I'm not going to buy the ones with stains on it. That's so gross. Anyways.
Told you that one was
Would you
cringy.
rather... It was very cringy. Would you rather be given a yacht or get to meet Chris Brown?
A yacht. A yacht.
Oh.
Because, you know,
That's the right answer for sure.
I live in Miami. So if my yacht is in Miami and I'm having a yacht party, there's a good chance eventually like Chris Brown will come to one of those yacht parties.
I don't think there's a good chance, but...
The world is unknown. Let it happen. Yeah, there's a good chance he will somehow get invited to my yacht. But I do love Chris Brown, but I think I would go for the yacht.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's a good answer.
Okay, would you rather walk in on your parents doing it or they walk in on you?
I would rather walk in on them because, like, as scarring as that is, then they get to feel more uncomfortable, I feel like. If they walked in on me, I feel like I would feel more uncomfortable. I don't know. I just... Probably them.
I agree on that one.
Okay, I have one more I can do.
Okay, I don't have one more, but you can do your last one.
Okay, thank you. Would you rather have guy friends or girlfriends?
Guy friends or girlfriends?
Yeah, like for a group of friends. Would you rather have like a bunch of girlfriends or a bunch of guy friends if you had to pick?
I feel like I get along with guys so much easier. They say I have dude energy, whatever the freak that means. But I love my girls. So, ooh, I don't know.
Oh, that's a hard one, huh?
That is a hard one.
I'd rather have guy friends because I think they're funnier. But I do love, it's so much more fun to go to the bars with girls.
Yeah, and a lot of my like really good guy friends, the second they get a girlfriend, it's like, or the second you get a boyfriend, it's like, you know,
Yeah, the friendship gets a little unsteady.
yeah. So you just, I guess you never know. So I guess I'd have to choose the girls.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
We are back with the one with reality, featuring your favorite blonde and a redhead, here to give you guys the best advice, jokes, I don't know, whatever comes out of us today, right, Casey?
The best advice. I would not consider this the best advice.
What?
I would consider this advice, whether it's good or bad, but it's like not the best advice you could get.
Take it as you want. I feel like
Take it
it's
as you
pretty
want.
good.
It is actually really good. We are probably the most wise people I know.
I would agree.
I get all my advice from Megan, and I think Megan gets a lot of her advice from me.
Sometimes.
Who do you go to for advice?
I think I go to myself for advice a lot. Or mom and
I do as
dad,
well.
but sometimes it's like they give you too
get
much
that.
wisdom and it's like, whoa.
Way too much.
Whoa.
Wasn't that big of a problem.
Baby step it, I know. So,
I know, I like to talk myself through my situations too.
yeah, it might not always be the best advice, but I'm making it somehow.
It's what I wanted to hear, so it works for me.
It does. It really does.
But what are we talking about today, Megs?
We are going to talk about staying motivated and inspired in life and also disappointments. I feel like they all kind of go together because when you get disappointed in life, then it's like, I don't know, you kind of just want to go into a hole, be a swamp monster, and not keep going. And so we figured we'd kind of touch on that.
Yeah, I'm excited. It should be fun.
We also have some news to keep you guys updated on, like I said I would.
I forgot about this.
Yeah. So remember, old man. He's not like an old man. He's just older, so I call him old man. But we actually
He's like 40, so he is old.
no. I don't want to be 40 and considered old. But he's just
I don't
older
either, but, like,
compared to what I
consider young.
date. Yeah, okay. But we heard from him not too long ago. And remember how Casey was like, he's very shady, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, he kind of is shady. Well, we figured out why he was shady. And it was because he had a girlfriend. Well, technically, he still has a girlfriend. Yeah, I got him to finally come clean with why he was so shady.
But the good news is he does not have a wife, because we definitely thought he had a wife.
Yeah.
Because, like, why, at that age, if you're that shady, you live somewhere else, you probably got a wife and, like, 4 kids running around. But he said he doesn't have a wife or kids.
Just a girlfriend.
So what a relief. Just a girlfriend.
Which my mom, remember when I said she gives us really good wisdom? She always says girlfriends are always replaceable. So we have said that our whole lives growing up because that's what my mom always says. Because I'd be like, this guy's so cute, but he's got a girlfriend. And my mom was like, well, they're always replaceable. And I was like, you're right. So now...
Except for me. I am not a replaceable girlfriend. I am one of a kind. Yeah. If my boyfriend is listening to this, I am not replaceable. I do not fit in this category. Not all girlfriends are replaceable, okay?
Because he does not. And we will go after any girl that goes after her man. And you don't want that. Mm-hmm. But now the universe is testing me. It's like, oh, are they replaceable? Let's see if you can do it. And yeah, it's getting a little frustrating. So thank you, Mom, for the wise advice.
For the wise advice. She always said that because my dad had a girlfriend when they met, and she totally replaced her. Which is, when you're single, it's so fun to say that, you know, like, girlfriends are replaceable. And then you get a boyfriend, you're like, no.
Yeah.
No. I don't like that at all.
Not at all. I know, that's what I said.
Now that I'm the girlfriend.
Yeah. For real. Once you become the girlfriend, you're like, Ooh, I really said that?
I said
Oopsies.
that. Is that karma? Is the universe gonna come like bite me for that?
I know. So funny. There's your little bit of wisdom today. Episode over. Goodbye. Just kidding.
Hope you like today's advice. If they have a girlfriend, go for it
Go
anyways.
for it.
Unless it's my boyfriend,
Then
don't go
then
for
back
it.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just kidding. We actually do have some great stuff for you. We just thought we would keep you guys in the loop.
I know
And
you all are wondering, like, keeps you up at night. What is going on with Megan's old man? So now you can all rest easy.
yeah,
We know.
yeah. The timing of how the universe brought it to me was really funny, actually. But I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to give like too many hints away about who this man is. So, Casey, let's have you jump in. What do you want to start with? Disappointments, motivation, inspiration? What? What are you going to start with?
I think we should start with disappointments.
Yeah,
Get that out of the way.
I agree.
So, all right. Well, I mean, as we all know, if you haven't figured it out by now, you will. We all go through disappointments and failures. And I think, especially in your 20s, because, like we've said before, this seems to be like a trial and error kind of age. You're going to like not get jobs, you're going to get fired, you're going to get denied from certain schools, you're going to change your dreams, all these different things. A lot of disappointments and failures. Relationships are going to end. Mine won't, but other people's will.
They will.
Yeah. And one thing I was just like thinking about as I was brainstorming through this was it's so good to remember that like everybody goes through those. And as much as you feel like when that happens to you and like your failure happens, you're disappointed, it's easy to like look at other people that seem to have like made it and think you're the only one going through that. But everybody goes through that at some point. So I feel like it's almost comforting to know that like we've all either been through it or gonna go through it or going through it right now.
Yeah.
So you're never alone feeling that way.
No, you're never alone. And I was listening to something yesterday. I like to listen to like I don't know, just speeches or audiobooks when I work out. And I was listening to one of the church services that I missed those last few weekends. I did not listen to church. But my pastor, he was,
Sinner.
I know, he was like, you need to not take things personal in life. He's like, a lot, like we get down a lot. There's disappointments. You can't take it personal because that's how you grow. And I was like, that's actually a really big thing because I feel like right now, I'm stuck. Like, do I take a 9 to 5 job and just stop stressing about trying to make it on my own as like a business person, entrepreneur? Or do I just
Entrepreneur.
keep pushing through this hard time of my life? And I think that like I take that personal all the time, so many times, which is not great. Um, so I was like, that's a really good point. I need to just not take it personal and just keep trying my best because I feel like these disappointments in life is either a new direction that you're being steered towards, that you're going to do better off that way, or else it's like your breaking point, whether you're going to make it or not. Like it's the tipping point of being like, okay, do you want the lifestyle you're dreaming of, or do you want to be down here with everybody else that gave up? And so I think that was a big thing. Is just don't take it personal. Let the day keep going, whatever it is. Just don't take it personal, and just keep on with your day.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. And especially in like different like disappointments or failures when it comes to like jobs, like not getting the job or colleges and different stuff like that. Like it's really easy to take that stuff personal because I mean, it kind of feels very personal, but from like business end, it usually isn't. So like when stuff like that happens, don't let it get you down too much
Yeah,
because there you might have been awesome and great, but there might have been someone just a tiny bit better. But that's not like a jab at you. That doesn't mean you're a failure or anything.
yeah,
And I also think that like everything happens for a reason, and it's good to remember that there's a reason maybe that door didn't open for you so that you could go to like a different open door, and just always keep that in mind and like be looking for why it didn't happen, or maybe why you're going through that disappointment or failure, because there's definitely a reason for it. Maybe it's because there's something better waiting for you.
Yeah.
So like keep your eyes open
And
to
I
like
think the
what's
same
supposed to
thing,
happen.
yes. And I think it goes the same way with people, because I mean, there's, like she said, like jobs and everything else that'll kind of disappoint you, but also people disappoint us. And I think that's what hits so hard sometimes. And that's the hardest, I don't know, that's kind of the hardest to get over. But you need to understand that, like, everybody's human. And so when somebody does disappoint you, either they're going through something and they're having a hard time getting through it, or you're just supposed to grow through that situation. But people are also going to disappoint you. So don't take it to heart. Either write about it, reflect about it. Sometimes I take things personally, not all the time, but like if I'm really close to somebody and they say something that just kind of bothers me, I take it personal. I don't know why. It's something I'm working on. But for me, it helps if I like write about it and reflect about it, because that's the only way I can understand the situation. And so I think that's something, like if someone disappointed you that you were really close with or really cared about, like take time to think about the situation and why it happened the way it did, and then just move on. Just let it go.
It's okay to be like upset about something for a certain amount of time. Like it's normal. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be sad. But you at some point have to like make the decision to move on from that. Like Megan said, like you got to let it go. You've got to like, you can be sad and then start like learning and growing through it and seeing it as an opportunity is like for you as a person to be able to change and to grow. And then maybe one day you could help others from going through this experience or whatever it is. But you eventually need to use it as an opportunity to better yourself and then let it go.
Yeah. And when you're like down and disappointed, like I would say surround yourself with great people. Whether it's family, friends, just surround yourself with good people until you can kind of get out of that funk. Also, do things you enjoy. Treat yourself. Like, I don't know, go get an ice cream if you love ice cream, or a coffee, a massage, go to the beach. Like, do something to
Go
treat yourself.
shopping,
Yes. That's gonna
go
kind of
get a
help you.
tattoo.
That's how Casey copes through life. Yes.
Sometimes I'm just bored and I'm like, what should I do? Oh, I'll just go get a tattoo.
Yeah, she names them also.
Duh.
But yes, when
I have a snake named Francis. He is the cutest, guys. He's so cute.
was that your no, that wasn't your last one.
Yes, that was my last one.
I thought that your Cashmere one was.
No. I got the Cashmore one and then I got Francis.
Oh. Well, yes, if you want to treat yourself to a tattoo, go do that. You can do the typical, like, what do the girls do? Like the little sayings on them to like get over somebody. Yeah. I don't recommend that one, but never give up.
Get a better one. Get a cuter one.
Yeah. But so yeah, I would say just continue to treat yourself and keep yourself busy. The busier you keep yourself, less time you have to think about whatever it was that happened. Then you're starting to, have good energy, give the good energy back to the universe, and it's going to bring it back to you as well. And if you haven't noticed, you always get over whatever it is. You always do. I know sometimes it seems like, I don't know, years or months, whatever, to get over something, but you always do. So just keep that in mind.
You always find a way.
You always find a way. It's true.
And also, going back to, we kind of said it before, like, letting it go. Don't just, like, get over it to the point where, like, oh, you're not sad anymore, it doesn't hurt anymore. But you still, like, think about it and have, like, angry, like, feelings towards it. And, like you need to completely, at some point, let it go.
Yeah.
Like, don't just, like, get over it to the point where it's like, okay, I'm okay now. But, like, find a way to, like, let it all the way go. Otherwise, it's going to, like, affect you later on and keep coming back if you don't, like, come to terms with it.
Yeah, it really does. I'm reading a book on emotional codes and how emotions get stuck in us, and then it causes illnesses. It causes us from attracting what we want in life, or not attracting from what we want in life, because like we have these emotional blockages. It's so interesting. I'm only like 25% through the book. But it's really interesting. So yeah, like she said, you need to like let it go. I'm obsessed with the Frozen song Let It Go right now because I was actually babysitting and the girl, she wasn't like her happy little self. And so I was like, okay, like let's turn on a song. Let's have a dance party because we were sitting in traffic. So I turned on Let It Go and we both just like belted singing and dancing. And I was listening to the lyrics and I was like, okay, Disney, like, you know what you're doing. Like, it's true.
Good
Just
job.
let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, I think some of the lyrics in that song are great. But
she played that in the car when we were in Utah, and then I got back the other day and I woke up and it was stuck in my head, and the entire day I was just walking around and I was like, let it go, let it go. And I was just like, what do I need to let go? What is my brain telling me right now?
yeah,
I haven't figured it out. I haven't thought about it more once the song left my head, but
I know what you need to let go of. And it's the fact that Mom and I made ice cream without you.
I will never let go of that. Okay, I know I said that like you need to let go of things and like move on. There are some things you cannot move on from. Okay, like when you go to get your hair done and your mom and your sister make homemade ice cream while you're gone, and then you never get ice cream like the entire trip that you're there.
You guys, she was so mad at my mom and I for the rest of the trip. Like, she would wake up and come down just pissed and sit next to me and just like stare at me. I was like, what? And she was like, you know what you did. I was like,
You know what? You know what?
Let it go.
No, I came home from my hair appointment because I saw on Instagram that they made ice cream, and I literally came home and I was like so bitter, and I was like not talking to them, and they were like, "What do we want to do?" And I was like, "Nothing. I don't want to do anything with you guys." I haven't let it go, and I honestly refuse to let it go. I won't be.
That's what you're singing about. Also, sorry, you guys are all going to have that song stuck in your head now. But it's a great one. It really brightens up the day.
And so it really does. Okay, so now that we've touched a little bit on disappointments and failures and kind of how we get through them, we want to talk about motivation and like the different ways that we use to stay motivated. Sometimes we're not motivated, but sometimes we are. We're going to talk about those times. We talked about this earlier with disappointments, like staying busy. I also wrote that for motivation. I feel like when I have too much free time, I get less motivated because then I just like end up watching TikTok or TV, or I just like start being lazy because I'm like, oh, what is there to do? But I'm way more motivated when I'm busy. Like when I have like, I go to work and then I go straight to classes and then I do homework and then I spend time with my boyfriend and like I'm more busy, I just like envision my dreams more and like want to work harder versus when I'm not busy and I'm lazy. I'm like, I don't want to get anything done today.
Yeah. No, I totally agree on that. I think staying busy is definitely key in life. One thing I know for me that keeps me motivated is going on morning walks. Either I like to do it with coffee, but I like to wake up early before the world's up and go on morning walks because it's just a time for me to clear my head and start the day how I want to start it, envision the day how I want it to go. Because I feel like that's so crucial. If you wake up and you're like in a rush, you're panicked, trying to get to where you need to be, that's just not a good start to the day. So I do my best to wake up early and to like get outside on a walk because that's like where I get my motivation. I mean, I'm staring at the gorgeous ocean. Nobody's out yet. There's just birds, me. Like I find a lot of motivation that way. So whether it's you get up early and you hit the gym, or you go on a walk, or you just self-reflect in the morning, do meditation. That's what I was looking for. I think that that's a big way
Maybe
to
some yogi.
yeah, to be motivated throughout the day.
I agree. I think starting out your day like in a particular way helps like push you forward and then like kind of sets the tone for your day. Versus waking up and sitting on TikTok for an hour or something, or just bumming around and then trying to kick into gear. If you like wake up and like do something that gets you going, it just sets like a good tone to get stuff done that day.
Yeah. And I mean, it's hard at first, getting in the habit of like waking up early and getting outside or hitting the gym, whatever it is. It's hard, but like these are the times like the time of year in your life, not time of year, time of years, whatever, however you would say
The
that.
time of year in life.
Nope, scratch that. This is like
We should put that on a shirt. The time of year in your life.
in your life. Gosh, for real.
Motivation right there.
Attire coming by
Inspirational
yours
quote.
truly. No, what I was trying to say was that, like, your 20s, before your 20s, like, this is the best time to start habits because you get later in your 30s, 40s, and, like, you're set in your ways. So if you're not making good habits now, then you're kind of just going to start to set yourself up for failure because it's easier to be able to pick up habits right now before you're, like, already mentally have your ways. So that's something I've been focusing on, is just to keep myself motivated to wake up in the morning so that I'm motivated throughout the day.
I like that. I've been sleeping in. I woke up at like 9:45 today.
Yeah, she did. We had to push this back a little bit because of that.
It was so nice. I slept so good. But another thing that I think is really fun for just like motivation, and it's such an easy one to do, is make a little dream board. One day, me and my friend, when we were both like going through like a big letdown, we made these dream boards. We got like a bunch of magazines and printed out all these pictures of like houses we liked and cars we liked and jobs we might want, and like just like kind of envisioning what we wanted our future to look like, and then just like put on a few things that like we had now that made us really happy, that we were grateful for, and put it all together. And then we hung them up. We lived together at the time. We hung them up in our living room, and we would like look at them every day, and that was super fun. I mean, I still have it and I look at it, and by now I'm just like whatever to those. So it's not my current motivation, but at the time it was like very motivating.
Yeah. No, I think those are so fun. There's this little girl I mentor, and I kept trying to get her to make a dream board. She had no interest. But I have a dream board in my room, and I think it's good just for your head to kind of look at it, every day and be like, this is what I want. This is why I'm doing it. So I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, and I think they're fun, and it's just like easy, and you can do it with
They're
your
so
friends.
easy. Yeah. No, I love that. I also think another way, or something that motivates me or gives me inspiration, I have a playlist on my phone of just like upbeat music that like touches like me and just like gets me fired up. Like on the days where I'm not motivated, I'm like, ugh, what am I gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. I just put on this playlist, and like I'm a dancer, so I just start dancing, singing to the song. And like after a few songs, I'm just like, I'm back to my normal self. I'm motivated and I'm ready to get the day. But like, I made a playlist because, there was like a while, like 2 weeks, right? Like zero motivation. I was like, what is with me? And so I finally was like, I'm just going to make a playlist, and we're going to just turn this on whenever I need a little lift me up dance party. And that's helped. That's helped me a lot.
I seriously do the same thing. And if you guys have seen our recent TikTok, I'm also a dancer.
And I'm a soccer player.
And Megan is a soccer player because she has muscles in her legs,
Yeah.
which I do not. But I just got moves. So, but no, I do the same thing. I didn't make a playlist. There was like a pre-made one. It's actually the Greatest Showman soundtrack. Totally does it for me.
That one would.
Sometimes when I like need the motivation to like get out of bed and go do something, or like get my assignments done, or whatever it is, I turn on the Greatest Showman playlist, and I'm just like, all right, let's go. I like to dance around, definitely in front of the mirror, because, then you're not dancing alone. And yeah, it really gets me going. Or you know what? Maybe next time I'll just watch the movie. And then after 2 hours, I'll be ready to do my stuff.
Yeah, I think you should stick to the playlist.
2 hours later, time to take a nap. No, but that playlist, it's so motivational.
I bet. I really do.
It is.
Okay.
Another thing I kind of wrote down for this was, it's so important of who you surround yourself with on whether you're going to like stay motivated and stay like hardworking and stay true to your dreams. If you surround yourself with a bunch of people that like aren't motivated or don't have dreams or aren't pushing themselves, you're going to start doing the same thing because you're going to be busy doing whatever they're doing, and then they're not like keeping you in check, and you don't see them like reaching to achieve anything, and you're gonna kind of start doing the same.
Yeah.
They're gonna rub off on you, and it's gonna be really hard to like stay motivated and like keep chasing after your dreams if you're not surrounded by the right people.
It's so true. I have this quote written in front of me. It's been on my wall for like a year now. But it says you will move in the direction of the people that you associate with. So it's important to associate with the people that are better than yourself. Mr. Warren Buffett. That's funny that you said that though, because I was staring at that quote. But
Perfect.
it's so true. Like, I don't know. Your friends just need to be going the same direction as you, and it's okay. Like if they become acquaintances and you guys don't hang out as much. But sometimes I find myself alone a lot because I don't necessarily have a huge friend group trying to do some of the things I'm doing. So it's like, well, I think I would kind of just rather be alone and keep pushing myself through it until I find that friend group, because I have realized that, it's so important. And some people have held me back, and they're just, they're like acquaintances in my life now.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to like get rid of them or get rid of them entirely, but just limit your time with them. Like
Yeah.
you can definitely still keep them in your life and like be close, but if you're spending every day with them or too much time for them, like it is going to hold you back.
Yeah.
So you just have to be careful of that.
Yeah. Another thing that keeps me motivated is just reminding myself where I want to be in life. Sometimes I have to ask myself, like, am I happy? And if the answer is not yes, then it's like, okay, then keep working, keep going, like keep mentally pushing yourself to get there. And a lot of the books I've been reading lately, I love reading, so I've been reading a ton. But a lot of the books I've been reading talks about how you control the thoughts in your mind. You can control every thought. I mean, yes, we have thoughts pop into our mind that we don't want. So it's very important to just block those out, but you can control your own thoughts. So, if you're not motivated, then like, what are you thinking that's making you that way? Work on like controlling the thoughts, and then either think about the thought for a second, push it out, and then bring in the thoughts that are going to motivate you. Because when you're motivated and you're feeling good, I mean, like I said, you're going to attract that. So I think one thing that really, really keeps me motivated is just asking myself if I'm happy. And if I'm not, then it's like, cool, then keep going.
Yeah. I love that. And I think that like that's such a good way to like find motivation for so many different things too. It's not like, am I happy with my income level or my relationship or like different things. It's just like, it's happiness. It's not, am I rich enough yet? No, it's, am I happy? And you're just like striving for happiness and not like money. And I think that's just like a good way to find motivation in like all aspects of your life. Like, are you happy with this part and this part and this part?
Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. Life is about being happy. And so it's one thing that I'm just like, I'm not going to be like, am I rich yet? Because, rich is different to all different people. So right now it's just like, am I happy? All right.
Am I happy?
Yeah.
Because I'm happy.
I knew that was coming.
I don't remember the rest of the words. No, I'm such a little singer. All right, Megan, share with the people, the beautiful people of our followers, the things in life that inspire you. What in your day-to-day life inspires you, and how do you find your inspiration?
Well, like I said, like asking myself if I'm happy or not, that one really motivates me, because I mean, that's just what people want in life. And then who I do it for, I think that's very important. A lot of the stuff I'm doing right now in life is doing it, like I'm doing it for my younger self. And for me right now, my younger self had so many like big dreams. I mean, I still do, but it's like, why allow that younger self to give up just because it's getting hard? And so I would say who you're doing it for. I also do it for my parents because they motivate the heck out of me. They've gone through so many struggles to be able to help me and get our family to where we are today. And so they definitely motivate me to keep going. And I love that. And then what else? Oh, I have affirmations that inspire me that I say daily. And what else motivates me?
Affirmations are so important too. Like they're such a little easy thing, and like when I started doing them, like I even got like an affirmation app to like give them for me so that I didn't have to think of them. But then it's so important that you like take the time to actually like think of the ones that you're needing in your life and what's like actually going to be applicable to you.
Yeah.
And it's even just like I even just write down sometimes like as like a joke. I'll just like write down under my today's affirmations like I am hot or just like random stuff like that if I can't like think of like an actual legit one for that day. But it's like at least I got something down there
Yeah.
for that day.
Yeah. And no, it's so important. I mean, I write mine like probably do a new one like once a month. So I did mine, I think this morning. I did like a whole new list just with what I was feeling
Good.
this month. And I think it's cool that Casey has an app that said like helps her with affirmations and stuff. I mean, I've been doing affirmations since I was like probably early high school. Uh, and I have realized that they do work. They might not necessarily work as fast as you want sometimes, but they do work. But it is very important to write down what you want, because I feel like the universe just throws so much at us that we never sit there and actually see what we want in life. We're just going like, oh, this, this, because that's just what the universe is giving you. But like Casey said, it is important to sit down and like actually write down what you want. Like, I want this from life. Write it down, say it every day. You know, if you want to be hot, then cool. I'm hot. Write it down, say it like you mean it. Put your
Or
Beyonce
I
on.
did one that I think that was just really cool. I used to I would get like sick all the time. Like I'd always have a cold and all this stuff, and I'd just be like, I have such a bad immune system, like blah blah blah. Like I had a cold every single month for the past like year and a half. And then Megan talks about like affirmations all the day, all the time, and just like talking to your body and like telling yourself you're healthy and all this stuff. And so I just like kept saying like every single like a few times a day, I just keep saying like I am healthy and my immune system is strong and can fight off anything. And literally since I've been doing that, that was in March that I started it. I have not been sick. Like I know it's summer, but like last summer, I was sick all summer. Like I had a cold every single month. Like the second I would get over my cold, a week later, I'd have a new one. And like since I started doing that, or if like I'm around people that are sick, I'll like tell myself even more like your body can fight off anything. You have a strong immune system, like all this stuff. And it's like just kind of crazy that I literally haven't gotten any type of sickness at all since I've been like telling myself that versus when I was like, I always am sick. I keep getting sick. And I just kept getting sick.
Yeah. I mean, your brain does what you tell it to do. Like, you control your brain. Like I said, your brain, your thoughts. And a lot of people don't see that or know that because we're just fed information all the time, but not always good information. And so it's so true. Once you start changing and say it daily, it really does work. It does.
Yeah, it does.
I'd have to go back to, it'd
Um,
be cool to go back to some of my old ones that I wrote in like high school and see what ones have come true.
that would be cool. Like, oh, that one came true. That one did not. Thank goodness. That one came true.
That one is still working on it.
That one's still on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really cool. You should, and then let us know.
Mm-hmm. So, Casey, what keeps you inspired?
Well, those of you that don't know, I am in more of like a creative field. I study fashion marketing and I go to an art school. So I have to find like inspiration and like new inspiration all the time. So I've kind of learned how to find it in like small, tiny little things. I have a certain time of the day where I'm most inspired, kind of like how Megan likes to do like her morning walks to find like her motivation for the day. I'm like most inspired in the mornings, even though I sleep through most of the mornings. The ones that I do like wake up for and I go outside or go like looking for inspiration or like need to be creative, I'm the most like creative and inspired in the mornings. And that's when I get like my good ideas. But I think everyone has like their different time of the day. I think some people have it in the afternoon. Some people are like more creative and inspired at night and they can't go to bed because like all their inspiration is coming to them at night. Mine is in the morning. So I think it's important that like you find the time of the day where like your brain is working or like you're open to find the inspiration and utilize that time of the day, which I need to do better at because, like I said, I keep sleeping through it. But I find inspiration in like tiny little things. Like one time I was drinking um tea and I was just like admiring how pretty the tea leaves were. And I had like a fashion design project coming up. And so I designed like all these fabrics and a whole line just based off of like tea leaves. Like I literally think the smallest things in your life, if you're open to letting them inspire you, they will. Like I was inspired by like the colors and like the form and just like everything from it. And so, like, if you're open to it, you can seriously find inspiration anywhere. But yeah, I like just find inspiration in random little things. There's nothing like I can like pinpoint other than just I'm open to finding it anywhere.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, especially for the field that you're going into. And
I
I
know
mean,
it's
there's
nice,
things
very
that
necessary.
it is very necessary. That's a good point. I mean, there's things all around us that inspire people. So if you're struggling to be inspired, well, maybe just start looking at the simple things in life. Might help a bit.
Pour a cup of tea.
Pour
Look
a
how
cup of
pretty
tea.
those tea leaves are.
Yeah. I mean, I do the tea
You know what
bags.
it's
They are
like?
not pretty at all.
No, don't get. You got to get like loose leaf tea. That's what I'm talking about, like loose leaf tea. Um, you know what's like kind of inspiring for me, which is weird. I feel like Impractical Jokers, like that show.
Yeah.
I love it. By the way, I love
It's
it.
hilarious.
I feel like it's kind of inspiring just because like they made a successful career that I mean it looks really fun and they're like doing it with their friends and I bet none of them thought that like that was going to be their livelihood and their career and it's so out there and random that I feel like so many people would have doubted that, but they did it. And when I watch it sometimes I just like get inspired. And I'm like they totally made like a life that they love, that's fun, that like supports their career. It's like supports their livelihood and it's so out there and I like get inspired that they did that. And then I'm like, okay, I could do like something crazy like that. I could take that risk. Look at them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I do just like sit there crying, laughing, but I also like sometimes think that they're also like really inspiring that they were able to pull this off for a career. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's so true. I mean, I'm sure when they started it, they had very high hopes for it, and that's how they made it go through. They didn't give up. And the cool part is, I mean, they didn't care what people thought about them. Like, they are so funny. If you guys haven't seen it, they are so funny and just truly
Oh my gosh, you guys have
themselves.
to watch it.
Yeah. And I think that's what like helps them do so well is that they're not afraid to be themselves. And yeah. That
No,
I never looked
they
at them
weren't
and I
like
was
afraid
like,
to go after what they
yeah,
want.
I never have watched them and be like, oh, they're so inspiring. I mean, I usually just laugh my head off, but
I know
it's a
I
good
do
point.
too, but then I'm also just like, that's so cool that they literally made it doing this. Like, how many people can do that?
Yeah,
You know?
it's true.
And I just think it's cool.
I love it.
I'm totally inspired by them.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all the. I don't even know if that was advice, but like that's all the advice I have for you guys today.
That's what gives us inspiration / motivation. So yeah, hopefully it helps you guys. I understand that you're not always going to be like your top motivation, but you know, these are things that can help you get there. Sometimes it's harder than other days, but don't give up.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you want to say, Casey?
I hope everybody has an amazing day and week, and I hope that you guys keep busy this week and find different ways to be motivated and just get a lot of work done, you know, but then also you enjoy at the same time. But yeah, just want to say have a fantastic week.
Yeah, I agree. Don't take things too personal. Enjoy life, be happy, and we will see you guys in a few weeks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.